Sure the mic is on, all that. We're good, man. I'm sure we're good today. It's warm, man. If I get to moving my legs, start walking around, I won't be as tired. You know, in motion. It's like the moment I sit still, and it's really interesting because I don't know, man. I feel like I'm supposed to go home and just bump the oldies or something like that. I feel like there's you're supposed to play the pauses. You can't congest everything. In my mind, I'm like, I'm not congesting anything because I go to sleep. I get however many hours of sleep. You know what I'm saying? But in between, what am I gonna do when I'm up? When I'm up and awake, I gotta punch in. I gotta punch the clock and get them hours, and what I'm saying, activate that super chat. That's what I'm trying to get to. So I got all spring to figure that out, right? Summer come around, I got summer to figure that out. I got a lot of time to figure all this out and make it happen. So when I say I'm fatigued, like believe it. You know what I'm saying? Physically, mentally, spiritual, all that, man. It's whatever. It don't even phase me. It's like I just gotta keep doing it. And the only time it settles in, bro, you know when it settled in the most was when I went to the convention and I had the hotel room. I sat there for a second. I laid down. I was like, you don't have you got all your devices with you, but you still need a rest. He was doing all this. He was recording all this. He was editing the whole time, and it was the value of rest. So, you know, I got to, man. I got to put something in. Got to deposit some form of work in, some type of ethic, work ethic. It's very true. You know what I'm saying? I get like a week's worth of like this, hitting this live, getting the recordings in, walking around, mobbing around, posting up. Thought about pulling a cigar out, celebrating for the week. You know what I'm saying? But I got to prepare myself for the Tacoma thing. Tacoma's gonna be the first ever of its kind. Tacoma one's gonna be a first ever of its kind casual meet. Weekends that aren't on a vase. So I got that going. I got that happening. That's not mine. That's my guy Tay Boogie. Tay Boogie's gonna be running that. It's his community center. So that's what's gonna be happening. But I'm saving all my energy and whatnot for that. Pizza Boy, what's going on? Pizza Boy? Spike? Is that right? Yeah. Hey man, thank you for dropping in. But that's where the energy is found, bro. That's where the power is found out. Hold on, what's going on? Wi-Fi. I might misconstrue a bit. Let's switch off the Wi-Fi. So there we go. Mr. Man, what's going on? What's good, man? What's good? I'm out here. I'm about to walk around in a second. You know what I'm saying? I'll walk around in a second. But yeah, man, over here just wrapping up about fatigue stuff, man. It's like every time I get a week's worth of stuff going, every time I get the ball rolling and I'm just putting the work in, I get tired, right? Just like everyone else. I gotta rest at night. You know what I'm saying? Gotta rest at the end of the week. I need a moment to just kind of pull back, calm down, or whatever. Just like everybody else, man. Just like everyone else, whether that's a work week, whatever. However that looks, it's all part of the process to get where I need to go. So I gotta remember that. It gets tired because I've been doing it nonstop for the whole month and so. I'm sorry about that. My brother just went about being rude. Wait, what? You're sorry that your little brother just went about being rude to people? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Was he on here or something? But no, it's interesting because it's like you rest up and then you do it again. Every time you rest up and do it again, you start finding the power through it. You're like, okay, I've been fatigued before. You've done it before. You just do it again. You keep pushing it. Keep pushing it, man. I don't know what that means, Neymar. I don't know what you mean, bro. I don't know what you mean by that. Yeah. He was going to live streams and saying rude things. That's your bad. Did he say it here? I don't know if I remember him saying it here. I don't know if I remember him saying it here. If that's what you're talking about, I don't know. Let me get moving. Let's get moving. Let's get this thing moving, man. Timing is crazy though, man. It's like timing's a little crazy because I remember, this morning the amount of people that dropped in on me. It means the world to me. That's exactly what I'm looking for. More of the love and support. You know what I'm saying? Just more of that, man. Just more of that. And I swear to God, like honestly, I might just switch the whole. Really, what switched it all was the cover for that was a smiley face. I might just switch it to a smiley face. This whole time I've been keeping these certain photos, like these little AI generated logos, if you will, like these logos, and I've been keeping those up whenever necessary, you know, to put them on these live streams. But the whole time I was like, damn, if it only takes a smiley face, I might just put that on there, a smiley face and a hiatus. If that's what it takes, man, shit, that'll work, man. You gotta understand. How's it going? Because let's say I'll give an example. If I'm doing 5 or 10 of these and they get about 60 each, and I get one that gets me 500, that's crazy. That's crazy numbers, man. That's crazy work, and I can't ask for can't ask for nothing better than that. So I'm just really thinking about this, man. I gotta work smart, not hard, but I can't act like inspiration doesn't strike when it does. And I don't know if it's a loneliness factor or if it's just like a factor of me needing to speak, but a bit of that has to be channeled as well. A bit of that has to be implemented. That's just me. I gotta, sometimes I just gotta walk around. I just gotta do it nonetheless. The work has to be put in. And I told myself, I was like, I knew. I always know if I stay the course, I always get surprised at the results, man. There's always that moment. Like you step away for a bit, you come back in, and then everything just starts to, I won't say compound, but like it boosts to the highest that I can imagine. And that's exactly what this morning was like, man. So I appreciate you guys for that. I could not do it without y'all, man. And I was over here getting into everything. That shit about, man. I was getting into everything, man. Tapping in with everything as much as I could, best as I could, But it's a nice day, man. It's nice today. Why wouldn't you be outside? Why wouldn't you do anything, man? I'm thinking a lot about whether or not I should fast today. Something's telling me to eat, but I'm also like, I don't need to eat today. I really don't. You weren't here for the other lives. You went somewhere with your family. Oh, you went. You guys take another trip? You guys take another trip, Emily? I mean, I said Emily. Caitlin, my bad. Keep getting the names mixed up with her. There's another kid named Emily that drops in. But Caitlin, good to have you back, Caitlin. Sorry about that. Thank you for being here as always. Kate, pray. Kate, pray you're here. Well, thank you for being here. Yeah, if you don't want to eat, got whatever. Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Now, a lot of it is like, well, I'm trying to knock out as many things as I can. So, for example, I'm not trying to eat too much because one, it's helping me. Like the fasting thing helps me with like regulating my body because like when I do eat, I choose to eat like shit, which is bad. And then the second thing is like, for example, if I'm because I'm not working, I have no income. When I was working, bro, I was eating so much. You know what I mean? Like I ate like so much like just random shit, and I just kept on filling the time. And then also because I was doing physical labor. I was trying to resupply protein and food and stuff. So I have like this habit of constantly wanting to eat and just resupply myself. So part of me is like I'm trying to kind of just kill that like desire to just eat all the time. It's like you don't need to eat all the time. You're not doing the physical labor you used to do, and you're not like physically training right now. Every now and again I will. But yeah, Kate, what are you doing? I know what you mean. I literally anything when I'm working. That's the issue too. Like you kind of just, but you need it like when you're working though, especially when you're at work. Like you gotta kind of eat something. You know what I mean? I knew someone who intermittent fasted, but yeah. Um, so I'm not like I don't want to say I'm opposed to it. I just one it's helping me regulate my body a little bit. It's gonna push the bad toxins out. That's one, and then two, it's like I get to save money a bit, so I won't have to go to the store and grab snacks all the time. You know what I mean? It also prevents me from grabbing a coffee. There's one whole week where I grab a coffee every day. The thing is, when you get a coffee, it's like 4 something, and then I like to tip. That gets up to like $5 a day, so that's $25 a whole week at least of just coffee. You know what I mean? I was like, why am I doing this to myself? Oh, hold on. I specifically always want a euro when I'm working for some reason. That sounds really good right now too. It sounds really good, bro. Yesterday I had the Sam Young noodles, like the ball duck, like the noodles that you boil the noodles and then you drain it. Bro, they had the carbonara. I had that and a chicken burrito. Chicken burrito is huge. I was like, bro, I had both. Yeah, Sam, bro, Sam Young. That shit right there. All right, my bad. I'm crossing the street. I'm gonna read it in a second. But yeah, man. Let me know how my connection gets, because I'm gonna try to walk to the park where I get a better connection every time I'm posted up there. Just leaving the library now. It helps to prep something small throughout the week. That's true. I always get pan. My bad. Oh, pandesal. Yep. And whatever cheese I can get a hold on. Hold on, man. Okay, hold on. I'll stop talking about food. I got you. No, you're good. You're good. Let me tell you something funny, man. Because you and I are both Filipino. I swear to God, I think it's a conspiracy that they're putting cheese on everything. Where they got pandesal, they're putting cheese on like the ensaimada. Like they want us out, bro. I'm telling you, man. They put the cheese on the goddamn what's that shit at Jollibee's, man? You know what I'm talking about? They put the sausage and the cheese up in the spaghetti and everything. I'm like, they're trying to kill us, bro. They're putting cheese on everything. I'm telling you. What are they trying to do out here? And it's crazy because you go to the Philippines and like you start seeing, bro. I'm saying they put cheese and everything, so, bro. Why are they doing this? And then like I went to the Philippines. They're starting to look like us size wise. They look like they can play football. They don't even play football over there. Dudes be like shorter than me, but like hella wide. I'm like, damn. I wish I had the wide gene. See, the problem is when I eat, I get a pot belly. Like I have my dad and my grandpa's genes. We just get pot bellies, but my brother has a gene where he gets kind of wide when he eats, and I'm like, fuck, I want I want that one, so I can be like a football player. But you're starting to see it now. You go out Philippines, man. My nephew, dude is hella big. Bruh. The ensaimada got bros acting wild for no reason, right? It's deadly. It's deadly out there, man. They put cheese on everything now, and it's crazy because it's like you start eating. Excuse me. If you start eating Filipino food, you get strong. You get the right amount of protein and sodium. It's never too much, right? And then you get the right amount of bitters depending on the region you're in. I know in my region, we like the bitter melon and the bitter melon leaves. So the ampalaya and the paria. That's what we call it, the paria. And I like that stuff too. Naturally, I like the bitters. But it's like you mix that in with just like the sweets that we have. They put in cheese on everything, bro. It's bad. It's all bad. I'm telling you. If you go to the Philippines, they'll have you eating right. Everybody there is starting to get big now. That's what I was gonna say. Jambalaya sound good right now. It's really interesting because if I don't know if you noticed this, but like some of the Filipinos back then, kind of in our parents' era, it looked like they were eating just enough, but they were eating healthy at the same time. So they're all kind of like skinny. It was like that 70s, 60s, and 70s skinny. Like you see them photos, they're like all the clothes fit them well, and you know what I mean, shit like that. And then like I don't know what happened over time, but all the Filipinos that ended up coming here to the States, it's like I know for sure my dad was eating like American food, like steaks and McDonald's and shit. And then I remember because they were so skinny. See, my grandpa, when he finally got his sons to come here, which was my dad and my uncle, they were like 17, 18, something like that. They were young, but they were hella skinny. Like when I saw photos of them, I didn't believe it. This is like late 70s, early 80s. So my grandpa's friend, one of his coworkers, was like, "What's wrong with these kids? Let's put some meat on these bones." So she would take them out to eat all the time, McDonald's and all this shit. And they started blowing up. So you imagine them when they start feeding certain island people the right way, they start getting big. Like you see the Samoans and the Tongans, when they start eating right, I mean, a lot of their food and diet consists of the potato. There's a specific potato, like a sweet potato, that kind of helps them fill out and like expand. And there's actually like a history thing behind that potato, where it's like historically between the Easter Islands of Ecuador to Samoa, that specific sweet potato has a certain element or like a certain mineral to it that when it activates, excuse me, when it correlates with the brain enough times, it kind of breaks this barrier of size limits within the human being or the human structure or some shit like that. I forget exactly what it is. So that's why a lot of them are just like naturally big people. And you go down to South America and like that specific region of the Easter Islands. Easter Islands were depicting these giant statues. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole nother thing, man. In of itself, how's it going? In and of itself. Um, but that's their thing, you know. It made me want to eat potatoes more, sweet potatoes specifically, activate that shit in the brain or whatever. He said that's what our lulas did to us. She took us to Old Country Buffet all the time when that was still around. Man, is that not around anymore? I feel like there's one that's still in Factoria, like Bellevue or some shit. I think it's there. I remember we went there for like a not a field trip, but like the ladies, like our math teacher said it was a field trip, but it was really just to reward us for passing a math test. Something crazy. This is middle school. I really feel like she just wanted to go where, but not by herself. I really felt like she liked to just eat there. She's like, I ain't trying to go here by myself, but I'll bring some kids. The Factory one is Nike's. Is a Nike. Oh, really? That's the exact OCB we always went to. Damn. What the fuck? What the hell? So I guess Nike took over Old Country Buffet, or at least where I used to stand. That's kind of crazy. That's actually crazy to think about. Yeah. But yeah. Now there's something about it, man. There's something about the certain foods that really activate some shit. Certain foods and certain physical practices or whatever. You know what I mean? Whether that be an exercise or a practice that a culture does, or like something along those lines. But yeah, man, shit like that. But it's funny because, like I said, you bring Filipinos here to the States and you get them eating. Once you get them eating, you see the Islander genes activate. That Islander gene, bro, the motherfuckers get big, and that's why it's crazy, man. Right now, they're trying to implement all that cheese overseas. They're implementing the cheese overseas, and now them guys are getting big. Oh, Ryder, what's going on? You took your grandma there and she loved it, but you already know what that means, man. So there's no more old country buffets. I feel like I don't know if there's one south. Is there one south? I gotta really think about this. There might not be any more old country buffets. That's kind of sad if that's the truth. That's hella sad. But yeah, Ryder, thank you for dropping in. Cash. Yep, cash still cash right there. Nah, man, gotta read the message before that. Oh, my bad. Don't get the sushi that Factoria. Oh, Factoria Mall, by the way. The new owners don't do great. Oh, no. Oh, I see. Damn. Yeah. You know what, man? That's a tough one because I feel like I'm the same way sometimes where, like, I just be enjoying food, man. There's actually a Thai restaurant next to my house, or like down the street, I should say, from my house. And I go there. I used to go there a lot, and I took one of my girlfriends there a long time ago, like one of my exes. Took her there, and she has a better like taste palette, so she can tell when the shit is kind of rotten. And she was telling me, she was like, "There's something that's spoiled in here. I don't know if it's like the lima bean or something random, but she let me know. She was like, yeah, there's something in here that isn't good." I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah, hold on, let me prop this up. Fuck, man. All right, hold on. Let's use this right here. Yeah, man, that shit, that's crazy to think about. But I don't think I have that, man, because I just be eating random shit too. I ain't gonna lie. I be eating hella random shit. All type of random shit. Why is it cold? Is it just me? It might just be in my own body. It's hella cold, bro. I always wonder if it's because I'm sitting still for too long. That makes me think like I shouldn't be sitting there gaming for that long. But like nonetheless, I'm gonna do it. That's what I'm saying in theory, at least. Man, how do you train for a better taste palette? I always feel like I'm doomed for bad taste. Maybe it's just the friends I hang out with. So all right, so this is my theory because that specific ex, her dad was raising her a certain way, so he raised her to not eat like for example products like Coke and Pepsi, and then like big brand stuff like McDonald's. He said like when we would go to McDonald's, he wouldn't really get us the food. He would say, hey, can we get some French fries unsalted? So what would happen was when they wanted unsalted fries, because the fries are naturally salted, they would get a fresh batch of fries. So her whole life, he was this guy who was like super religious or something. It was like he was a Seventh Day Adventist, and he was so strict with his religious practices and teachings that like he made sure that his kid, he's only one kid, which was her. He's like that she was the healthiest she could be, the smartest she could be, the most disciplined, the smart, the sharpest, whatever. So he would just keep implementing like, oh, this is the education I'm gonna give her, this is the food I'm gonna give her. So like she just naturally has this palate towards more, you know, not necessarily vegan, but like alkaline foods, so like alkaline foods and things like that. But she also like, which is funny, she would, this is our me and her parallel. She had a babysitter, and her babysitters were actually people that used to cut my hair, like these old Filipino veteran couples, whatever the fuck, they used to cut my hair. So we had this weird parallel where it's like we found out that growing up, she's like, yeah, I had these like little these caregivers, and I would just call them, my lulas or whatever, and aunties or whatever, and but they were Filipino, and that was her. That was me and her talking about Filipino because she's Korean. She was talking about this Filipino stuff. She was, yeah, they were Filipino, and her name was this. We call her Auntie Susie or whatever like that. And I was like, it's crazy. I had a lady that used to cut my hair named Auntie Susie, and she lived over here. And we found out that we had the same exact aunt or something weird. But like, you know how it is when you say aunt, it's like that's like extended family type shit. This is someone you're not even exactly related to. But anyway, she would hang out with that side of the family, and they would give her like cans of Pepsi, and she enjoyed it so much. But she was raised on this healthy diet, like a really healthy diet. It's really crazy. So I don't know how to explain it, man. It's more like it's more like a tita, yeah, and it's more like a if you were a kid raised with a certain palate, like for example, I think because I had so much junk food from McDonald's to Domino's and shit, and just all that like takeout food and shit, because I used to eat that. But you also got to think when I was a baby, my apong, she raised me on like rice and carabasa. So like that's squash for those that don't know. So rice and squash, and then I would also eat rice and carabasa, rice and balatong, which is basically mung beans. You know what I'm saying? Let the dog loose, man. That shit gone. Anyway, yeah. So I usually just eat rice, mung beans, rice and squash. But then like the biggest treat would just be eating motherfuckers taking me to get McDonald's, get a cheeseburger, no pickles type shit when I was a kid. So my palate's a little weird, but I've met people whose palates are just straight junk food, straight up cookies and McDonald's. So when they try other shit, they can't. It's hard for them to like eat it. But I think because I used to eat so much like shit, if you give me some healthy food, like I had a friend who was super vegan or whatever, super vegan and alkaline. This dude, like we went to Poland, back to the Poland shit, and he found like because Polish stuff is all about the sausage, Polish sausage, and all these meats balls, and he was like, when we went there, he got like a pizza with like gluten-free crust, and then it was like no cheese, just straight up marinara sauce, and he threw hella leaves on top of it with some oil. You know what I'm saying? And it was like I was making fun of him, like this is some Stegosaurus pizza shit. I was like, what in the world is this Stegosaurus pizza? He said, don't worry about me, man. Just get whatever you want. I just eat like this. And I was like, next time we come here, I'm going to eat whatever I'm going to try what you're eating. Because it wasn't that bad the first time I had it. So he had me eating healthy. And it was just like one of those, because it was healthy food and I was so used to eating like shit, I enjoyed the healthy shit. So it kind of really depends. You know what I mean? I don't really know. The more I think about it, it's kind of tough to say. I think there's a willingness for me to try out new and different foods, so it's kind of easy for me to like really transition to good foods or healthier foods. People all the time, like you get around healthy people and they brag about, isn't it? Doesn't it taste good? Isn't it seasoned well? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. It tastes good. I don't know if it's seasoned well. I couldn't tell you if it's healthy, but I just like good tasting food nonetheless. You can make a healthy food good. Just gotta know the tech. Yeah, that's the other aspect. Is like there's some food that's really dry because it's like there's no salt, there's like less seasoning, and that's like tough to eat. But I still kind of enjoy it. Like I've had like grilled and boiled chicken, or not boiled, but like fuck boiled chicken. Boiled chicken is nasty unless it's like adobo or something. If you got like boiled adobo and like what's the shit I'm thinking about is tinola. If you got some tinola, that's good. But it like people just straight up boil it and then they don't even season it and weird shit. It's like I don't know what the fuck is I'm eating right now. Again, I've been in some white people's households where they just their idea of seasoning is only salt and only pepper, and I'm like, bro, we're not eating fries. Like, what the fuck is this? I don't know. And even then, with fries, you kind of want some cayenne or something funny, just funny shit. But it's like, I don't know, man. Grilled chicken that's like dry and like doesn't have like extra, seasoning. Like I've had that before. Like I've had a grilled chicken sandwich that was just really dry and plain, but nonetheless, the bread was healthy. So it's just good foods for like cutting weight and shit. So I don't know. Like I do enjoy flavor. I do enjoy salt. I am my mom's son. I always say this all the time. I'm my mom's son. I really love salt. Because when I go to, let's say I go to Wingstop. When you go to Wingstop, do you like the sauce or do you like the salt or dry rub? I prefer the dry rub personally. You're not a fan of the boiled adobo. You prefer it dry. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah, man. It's like yeah. I don't need it like super soaked in the broth. Right, right, exactly. Because some people make it really like really gravy, like a gravy adobo, and I'm like, it depends, or like a brothy or a gravy adobo is what I'm trying to say. Is like there's brothy adobo, and then there's like gravy adobo where they make it where it's a little more thick. He's making adobo wings, bro. It's always way too wet. Really interesting. That sounds interesting, actually. But I like some people are more like sauce and dry rub. I'm more of a dry rub kind of person. Pause. Like I'll sit there and like I'll do Louisiana rub and like salt and pepper and shit like that at the Wingstop. But every now and again, I'll get like a Caribbean jerk. It's kind of sauce, but not really. I like the Caribbean jerk one. So, but yeah, for when your hands get all like saucy from the wings, like I'm not really into that. I'm more of a like a dry kind of thing with the wings. That's just my thing. That's what I go for a little bit. You know. Yeah, man. It's God, we talked about this. Yeah, it's just like the whole like food stuff and the palate stuff. It's a little difficult for me. I think I'm so open to trying different stuff. Like I'll try it out. One thing I ate like, sorry, one thing I barely ate but couldn't finish was balut. Like everybody's talking about, oh yeah, that's a I've heard a lot of people say like last time she made it dry though it was okay. Yeah, I've had some people like my dad gave me a balut one time, and then like I'm eating it, but I only ate like the yolk, so I only ate the yellow part surrounding the duck, but I didn't eat the duck, if that makes sense. So I'm over here just like, but I'm looking at the duck. I'm a kid. The duck is looking at me. A little baby duck is looking at me. The duck embryo, and I'm eating the yolk around him. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I can't even do it. I can't even eat the fucking duck. You think wet wings are good when it's not literally drenched in liquid? It's got to be sauce level of, yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah, sauce level of texture. Never had balut myself. Still not gonna lie. And I was I say this all the time. I was on this date with this one girl. She's half Filipino. So because she's half and she's half white, obviously she's raised a way where it's like, hey, be respectful about shit. You know what I mean? So she had this like no, it's an embryo. So it's like right before it becomes like a fetus, if that makes sense. Like it's still like a that's like if we got pulled out of the womb and then they just ate the sac. They opened the sac and that's pretty much what that is. It's different though because like the sac that we're usually in is just the egg for them. Like we're still in the egg too. It's just not hard and solidified. It's just an evolutionary thing because it's like, well, we're gonna take that outside. We're gonna shit the fucking sac outside, and they're gonna make it a hard shell. If that makes sense. It's a that's some science shit. I'm not a scientist, and I'm not like well versed in this to really explain it, but it's just basically like they find a way because because it's incubating in the egg, and the egg itself needs time to be warm, so then it can create that fetus to make it a baby finally. Because they do it like right before, bro. Does that make sense? So like it comes out like, oh, this is an egg that's probably gonna be a chicken, but then they take that one, they wait a little bit until it starts to like kind of like bump around, like it's not gonna hatch yet, and then it's an embryo, and then they boil the embryo, so then the baby inside dies. So then it's just like a slightly almost baby. It's embryo. You know what I'm saying? It's not even a fetus yet, and then they boil it, they cook, like they heat that egg, so then the inside dies. So then it's like halfway. It's weird. It's really weird. So, but that's why it's really weird because it's like, again, I was on this date with this girl. She's half white, half Filipino, and like she was speaking from. She's like, "Oh no, you got to be respectful. You got to be respectful." And I'm like, "No, I don't, because as much as I don't want to eat that shit, that's some like this is me talking shit to my own people, so I don't care." And I'm like, "Bro, that's some old ass slave shit. That's some old slave fucking food shit." Where I'm like, we don't have to do that no more. We can own livestock, let them live a full life, and then kill them towards the end of their life. We don't have to like sacrifice little duck embryo babies. We don't have to. That's some old delicacy shit. You know what I mean? That's some shit they used to do when it was just like, oh, how are we gonna make do with our time right now in this time of war and sometimes slavery, right? They're like enslaved. I don't want to say it like that, but it's like partly being owned and ownership and shit. Yeah, you would cook up this fucking egg, and then try to like, oh yeah, we can eat regular eggs, which is basically the chicken's period, or you can just eat this duck embryo. We can wait to a certain point, and then kill the embryo before it becomes a fetus, and then boom, just eat that because something about it is a little more crunchy and hearty without frying it. This is like pre-frying, so then Filipinos always want to eat something crunchy and like kind of whatever. And they put a little. You crack the top, right? Usually the baby's head is at the top, and you crack the salt. You sprinkle a little salt on top, and you eat it, and you down it with some beer. That's usually what you're supposed to do. But I be talking shit. I'm like, that's some old ass shit. We don't have to do that no more. We can own livestock and grow them, and then you can just kill that cow in its last days. All that beef can supply people for a while. You can eat the chickens on their last days. All that meat will last you for a while, and at least it's something that got a chance to live its life. So I'm not opposed to eating meat, but it's just like a lot of people are just livestocking meat to like farm them. Like people be locking up pigs in those fucking in the stables until it's time to cook them and kill them. You know what I'm saying? So they're just like living in the dark. Cows and beef just living in the dark until it's like, oh, I think it's this row's time. I think they were all born around the same time. It's their time to be slaughtered. And then like they're think about it, that animal's living in panic in the darkness, and all they're smelling is shit around them, food, and then like blood because the slaughterhouse is nearby. So it's like they naturally have anxiety. So when you eat certain meats, like people wonder, like, why do I have all this anxiety? Why am I scared all the time? It's like, yeah, because you ate the fucking meat that embodied anxiety too. You know what I mean? So you ate the same shit. And the chicken is the same thing. Like when they slaughterhouse the chicken, because it's so small, they just slaughter the whole thing. So it's like the little shit and piss bag inside the chicken gets mixed up with the meat. You know what I mean? So I'm not opposed to eating meat. It's just like I just think there's better ways to go about this. And it's just like the balut is like some it's a old practice. It's like a cultural thing. Don't get me wrong. I don't disrespect it in that regard, but it's like, hey, we have all these other choices to eat, and then you want to act like this is like the pinnacle of cultural shit. Like, I'm fuck that. Ain't nobody fooling me, bro. I don't care if it's my dad or my uncle. I'm talking shit to him. I was like, get that funky shit out of here. Really putting the whole you are what you eat in perspective. That's what I'm saying. And that's the other scary part. Is like you gotta people want they don't even know why they're so anxious and scared of shit, and it's like, yeah, because when they're mass produced, like think about it, since we were kids, the amount of McDonald's that like have opened up and the amount of McDonald's that they sold has probably doubled and tripled. But in order to have that much meat, you gotta like keep creating more. So it's like, here's a stable where the cows fuck and reproduce, and then we separate them, and then the adult ones we put them here in the dark or some shit, and then, oh yeah, this was on a certain schedule, let's slaughter them. And you know what I'm trying to say? So it's just this constant like, it's just this narrow-minded. You're eating this narrow-minded beef, this anxiety-ridden beef. Same thing with the pork. And you got to think like, I don't know if you know the Have you seen the old lady? I forget her name. There's a Wang Od. Wang Od is the old lady in Kalinga, and she does the wood tap tattoos. Her name is Wang Od, and she's up in Kalinga, like up in the Kalinga is the mountains, like a mountain province. It's majority mountain province, but in Kalinga, it's like a lot of these mountains. So people travel up these mountains to get her to wood tap a tattoo, which is like some old ass tattoo shit before guns, ink and guns and shit. But she does it the old school way, and her family and the people that she teaches do it too. Anyway, long story short, my tattoo artist, he's half Kampapangan, And he went up there. He's like, I gotta pay respects to Wang Od. I need to get, I need her to do a tattoo for me. So he went up to Kalinga. This dude goes to Kalinga. He said, yeah, when you're in the village up there, there's like, he said, we're walking down the road, like a dirt road, and you see like a family of pigs, and then we move to the right, and the families move to the right too, and they share the road. Like, you know how you walk on the right side of the aisle in a hallway, or walk on the right side of the street when like you're passing someone up. The pigs knew to walk on one side in a single file line too, the same way the people did passing them up. The pigs were living in the village like people, and they were just with their families hanging out, just walking around. Pigs have this emotional intelligence the way that dogs do and the way that we do. So imagine stuffing them in a fucking like, in a fucking just a dark coop until it's time to slaughter them and eat them. And that's the anxiety that they feel. Imagine that an animal with that much emotional intelligence feeling that much. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to say is like, and don't get me wrong, I eat meat. Like I eat, you know what I'm saying? Pork, beef, and chicken. I try to eat more chicken than I do beef, and I try to eat more beef than I do pork. But nonetheless, I do eat, meat and poultry. And it's like, but I have to be honest, like when I eat it, I have to be mindful, like, okay, I don't know where this is coming from. I just have to like keep in perspective. This might have been an anxious animal that I'm eating. So if I feel it down the line, I just know what it is. So like I actually stopped eating pork for a long time because I was like, every time I eat that shit, I just be angry. So imagine being a really smart animal and knowing like you're meant more than this, but you're just held in captivity, and then you're getting killed constantly, and then you're eating that thing, and naturally you're probably going to feel that same anger too. That's just the theory, at least. I can't prove this shit. I'm not a scientist. I'm more of a spiritual person than a scientist. But even then, it just so that's why people get scared of like But again, I'm not trying to let people not eat meat. Like eat what you, whatever, but just be mindful of what you're consuming because I an optimal diet for me is fruit. And the reason why I say fruit is the optimal diet is because like for example, when you eat vegetables, you're still uprooting that vegetable. So a lot of times it's like that dirt and that farm that those vegetables are being raised on, they are you know they're entrapped within the soil that's constantly being toiled on. Does that make sense? So that there's certain soils that are constantly being toiled on, and then the other funny part is like it's somewhere in Mexico. I don't know if it's like the Mayans or the Incas or whatever. I think Incas is South America, but in Maya, fruit's got a lot of sugar. Don't it? Could be a problem down the line. But here's the thing. It's like a natural sugar. But here's the thing: as I compare to vegetables and fruits, right? The vegetable's alive, and you're just uprooting it. So you're taking it out of what it would naturally grow from. But then with the fruit, it's like you're not killing the tree. The tree is the source of life. You know what I mean? The tree is growing the fruit. So the fruit itself isn't the life. It's just the product of the tree, which is the life form. That's like if you take milk from a cow, it's like you're not killing the milk. You know what I mean? You're just extracting the milk from the cow. But like the way I look at the fruit is like it's more like a fingernail or like a toenail from the tree. Like it's the product of the. Does that make sense? It grows out of it. So that's my difference with like the veggies and fruits. It's like people forget the fruit aspect about it. Where I'm like, bro, this we could just plant more trees and have an abundance of fruit, and then we'd kind of be okay. And then there's so many ways to extract certain sugars and like minerals or whatever. Not I'm trying to say nutrients from the fruit, and then just isolate it into either like smoothies and other stuff. It's kind of interesting. So like, but the vegetables like the point I was trying to make with the Mayan thing was like they found these pyramids in Mexico, and it was like the ancient Mayans. So okay, this ancient like when they found the pyramids in Egypt, they still found societies and cultures surrounding it. But when they found the Mayan ones, it was like there's nobody here. It's like there was like literally a whole society here at once. You could tell that this is where they used to farm, this is where they used to live, this is where they used to have ceremonies. This is a whole pyramid here. Why are they not here? Well, people started realizing they're like, yeah, those old cultures knew like, yeah, you don't just stay in one area this whole time. And the reason why you don't is because if you keep on farming in that same area, you're damaging the earth. You have to let it breathe a little bit and then go away. So imagine our vegetables are constantly being grown in these soils that are constantly being toiled. And it's like, oh, well, we have soil, we have dirt. So that means that, hey, at least we have soil and dirt. We can always do it. It's like, no, you got to let the earth breathe a little bit, find another plot, do it there, and then maybe move around, do it again, and then just come back to it over and over again. And what really helps those areas is like having trees and shit. You know what I mean? I mean, this is like, it's very fundamental, but it's just weird that we don't fucking implement it. Like, there's literally areas in parts of Africa and like Brazil where like they just planted more trees because more trees was going to invite more animals eating stuff from the trees or like hiding out with the trees, but just shit in the area and then re-fertilize the land. But it's like we just want to act like we know what to do as farmers. Or, oh yeah, we're going to buy land and then buy shit and then put the shit that we bought in the land. And it's like it's not natural shit. It's just bought and packaged shit that we call fertilizer. You know what I mean? It's just so it's I don't know. I'm not bro, look at me, man. I got a hoodie and a hat on and some like laptop and shit. Like I live in the utopia. Like I live in but it, like even then as someone like that I understand natural farming shit where I'm like, bro, wouldn't we want the most natural whatever for the land and isn't that what we're striving for? Like I don't plant trees. I wish I planted more. Maybe I should. But it's just the simple fact that like we're so disconnected with shit, bro. We just think like, oh yeah, we just you make more money and then you can pay for your solutions, and that shit does not make sense to me, bro. That shit is crazy. But that's what we do. That's what the fuck we do. Well, I don't know. That's a whole. Not only are we uprooting vegetables that are supposed to be healthy for you, but it's like, we're also fucking up the land that they're being constantly grown on, and it's just kind of crazy. We're fucking up the land for the vegetables, and then the meat itself is not being raised correct or not correctly, but healthily. So there's a lot of shit going. It's just kind of crazy, man. So I just kind of the optimal food is fruit to me. It's just like fruit is the only thing that makes sense to me. And like don't get me wrong, I was eating teriyaki and shit the other day. Matter of fact, this morning I had some leftover rice, eggs, and like chicken don mayo, some leftover shit. You know what I'm saying? Some little shit to go, Korean H Mart type of shit. I had some leftover shit. I was just eating that. But like when I'm at my best optimally, bro, I'm just be eating fruit. You know what I'm saying? And people neglect fruit a lot, man. It's like that shit is really healthy and good for you. Especially if you can get a chance to grow your own, you get a tree in your yard, or just like if you guys live in apartments and shit, go find you a community tree, like a whatever little pea patch is what they be calling it and shit. Yeah, find something like that, man. Get situated with a good tree that bears fruit, man. Growing up, we used to walk around the neighborhood. We used to go in the backyard and we used to just walk around and find plum trees, pear trees. You don't even get that shit no more, and that's all by design for them to take. They got rid of that shit. They got rid of that shit on purpose because they knew it's like, yeah, people are just living off the land and like living their culture. It's not good if people are cultured and living off the land. Like they just kind of know. That's a longer conversation, my guy. It's a longer fucking conversation. You also think about all the bananas you've ever eaten. All them shits be seedless. It's like how are you eating this? How are we eating seedless fruit? It's terrible. We're just sitting here eating seedless fruit, bro. Let me put my drink back. There's all type of shit. I mean, there's all type of shit to consider. But again, I'm not like I'm healthy because I walk around. That shit away, man. There we go. I was getting free random fruit. Sometimes we have blackberries nearby, but blackberries, yeah. But see, that's good, man. That's better than nothing because it's like, and you think about that too. Is like with the blackberries, you're not necessarily killing the plant that has the thorn. Like you're not uprooting the fucking thorns or whatever the base plant would be, but you are eating the product of it. It's like this very tasty and nutritious berry is grown with these prickly things. It's really beautiful how nature is like the what's the word I'm looking for? The irony of the dichotomy of nature, I guess I would say. It's like this really sharp thorn that you have to be careful around bears this really tart and sweet sometimes fruit, which is really good. I like blackberries, man, raspberries and shit. I be fucking with them. Balls, but yeah, fruit is something beautiful about the shit. Everybody likes them, man. Animals like them. We like them. Shit, fruit snacks be hitting. you know, fruit snacks is like the overly sugared and gelatinous version. So we're gonna take the qualities of this fruit and then make it very gelatinous, but then make it really good and in small form. So it's like you're not killing yourself, but you kind of are if you keep eating these, you know. But I try to go to the source, man. Like I be trying to hit up little. I might have to start doing this more often, but just little like farmers markets and shit like that, and just grabbing fruit to eat. Honestly, that one kind of coffee I like was raspberry white mocha. God damn, mainly because I treat coffee as a treat, bruh. White mocha in the coffee. That sounds really good right now. Don't do this to me, Cash. Don't do this to me. Hey, you remember that one spot where I got the coffee and it was like a passionado or something? I might go back there and just say what's up to them people. They're really good people. I might have to go back over there. But yeah, I think about that a lot with food. Food is very, because and food is very important. Like especially like we're Filipino, but it's like just culturally in general, like all black and brown people come together around food. They just come together with food. And it's like if we're coming together, imagine if we constantly come together with healthy food, we might be in a better headspace because a lot of families don't even come to the table together anymore. realistically, which is sad. And it's like if they came together with healthier food and better mindsets and environments and stuff, maybe we'd be in a better mood. One of these days, you'll bring you one. Ooh, you're working at Starbucks very soon. Let's go. Although I don't know if Starbucks has raspberry flavoring still. I think it's like seasonal, so it would depend on the season, right? It's spring, so I know now they're doing like. Actually, I don't know if it's a dragon fruit season yet. Maybe next season it's dragon fruit season because they just got out of doing that. I forgot what it was. Yeah, a girl I used to date used to always buy me Starbucks and was just like giving me these weird flavors in the wintertime. I'm like, what the fuck is this? But it was good. I just didn't understand what I was drinking. Yeah, Starbucks. But yeah, we gotta start coming back together with just better food. It used to be all year. Same for dragon fruit. I don't know why they changed that. Yeah, I was wondering about that. Like, I swear to God, they used to have the like dragon fruit. It was like a tea or something that they used to have. It was like iced. You could do like an iced dragon fruit tea kind of thing. Remember that shit? Yeah. I think yeah, no offense to Starbucks. I think this is also why I try to support those baristas and coffee shops that are like not Starbucks. You know, it's hard, but yeah, I forgot if I told you I worked at Starbucks before in 2019. I feel like you see. Here's the thing: there's so many people that have worked there. I don't know if it was you that said it specifically. It might have been someone else. So yeah, I don't know if it was you, Kat, specifically. It could have been someone else. Can't put my finger on it right now. But yeah, I said that to say like all of my understandings with food is like food and drinks is like I understand this because at any given point and I know I have the choice to make the better choice. It just comes down to my own personal like whether that be a food addiction or a flavor addiction. Sometimes both. And just like sometimes you're with people there's a pastime of just like grabbing Jack in the Box and shit. Starbucks Corp, excuse me, sucks. You're just there for the paycheck to be honest. That's I know, and that's the thing that sucks because it's like they're just hiring, right? So it's like if they're hiring, why the fuck not? But yeah, man, it's kind of crazy. Matter of fact, if they're hiring, you can get like all them snacks for cheap because they got the fucking what do you call this? Not the scones, but the little bread, like the lemon bread and shit. I fuck with those. I fuck with the lemon bread. I definitely don't plan on staying there. Yeah, it's tough because it's like it's decent, and then like you have to like plan your transition out of there. You know what I mean? Because it's really like you think about it, you get certain drinks and certain food and snacks for free. Shit, you can get the little candy pop thing, little whatever that shit is called. The little candy. What the fuck? I don't even know, bro. I don't even know the names of this shit. And yeah, you get so much shit for free. That's the thing about food places is like, regardless of how you feel about them corporation wise, it's a nice place to work because you'll get certain things at a discount, if not free. You know what I mean? So I've known people whose families and like their moms, dads, whatever, be working at McDonald's and Jack in a Box and shit like that. And it's just like there ain't no shame in Burger King and ain't no shame in that, man. Ain't no shame in that. Get you some good shit, discount, free shit. Yeah, I really hate their recent stuff regarding politics. I know, right? I'm trying not to think about too much while I work there. That's the tough part is like, and what I will say is like, see, you have to do what you got to do. That's why I'm not even mad at it. But kudos to those that walked away and were able to be strong enough to say, you know what, I don't need that because I get it. I respect that too. I respect people that have to, say you got to hunker down on this is what I got to do for income and whatnot, sustainability. And then there's other people who are just like, fuck that, I'm leaving. I know that feeling good and well too. You're gonna hook me up one day, one Sunday with lemon bread. Oh, bruh, I'll take it, bruh. I will take it. And I know they be having the other shit like I don't know. This girl I used to date, she used to always give me the scones. I was like, man, I don't fuck with these scones, but I'll fuck with the lemon bread. I'm trying to think what else they had. I'm trying to think what else they had. It had something else. It's like lemon bread. And my favorite pastime was my when I was a kid, my mom used to take me to Starbucks on 23rd, and we would just always stand there, either waiting for another bus to go to an appointment or some other stuff. And like, she used to always get this strawberry frappuccino, with the little whipped cream and shit. And I remember she would drink it all the time, and sometimes she didn't really want to finish it all the time, but she would just share it with me. So it became like a pastime drink for me. That's like the only thing I get at Starbucks now. Strawberry frap. That's it. Matter of fact, did I just pass this shit up? There's a coffee shop right here. Hold on. You never understood the appeal of the vanilla scones, strawberry frap. Bro, there's a coffee shop right here. I'm at the. What am I doing? This is the one where I wanted to talk to the people. Oh no. Yeah, my bad. You stopped being a fan of them a real long time ago. The strawberry frap. Yeah, I did too. But I think because my mom passed away, I was like, you know what, man? Looking at this drink made me want to drink it again. I had it too much. It's a good one. You know what it is? You're right about that. Like I can't overdo it because I will eat that. I mean, not eat, but I will drink that shit. It's because I literally just walked past this. Let's see. The three is this open? Yeah, it's still open. I'm gonna do it and grab some. How's it going? I literally walked past. Yeah. See, I always do Americano. That's always my go-to. But can I show you, bro? They got. It says cheesecake and fruitcake. Cash, you're gonna make me grab a cheesecake, low key. I might wait for next time though. That looks good. Oh, I should have been here the whole time. They had an egg sandwich, man. How's it going? Oh man. What time do you guys open? 7. Oh, they open at 7. I'm gonna be here, man. Oh my bad. I'm gonna be at 7. Yeah. For 7. Okay. Yeah. No, 7:30. 7 to 3. 7:30 a.m. to 3. 3. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna start coming here in the mornings. That's what I'm thinking about. I might just do the coffee for now. But you saw they had cheesecake. I'm gonna do that too. Hi, how's it going? Um, the muffin. Can I do? That's tough. Can I do the fruit Danish? And then can I do an Americano? 12 ounce. Yeah. No, 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 thank you. That's it. Yeah. Cool. Let me pay it real quick. Yeah, let me show you the. It's like an alligator, bro. See this? It looks like an alligator. The shape of the bread. Is it an alligator or crocodile? Alligator. Okay. Yeah. 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 It's a family of gators up here. That's crazy. I like that. I was gonna ask you guys because there's some nights where I just sit at the seats. Is that okay? I'll do ice. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, some nights I'm just outside. Is that okay? Okay, just making sure. Yeah, I remember like I was sitting there and I was like, oh sorry, she walked off. Yeah, it's a she said alligator, a family of alligators. It's pretty cool. Oh shoot, I got a Danish too. I'm actually gonna eat this here. I was like, I'm gonna get the ice. I mean, I was like, should I get ice? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. 7:30. I need to start coming here, man. I be out here all the time. Yeah, I'm gonna show you where I be sitting at too. Reptile bread. Yeah, bread tile. It's crazy, right? It looked like something out of like Amori. I don't know if you ever played Amori. That's what it felt like. Thank you. Grab this real quick. I know a long time ago I was like, I was like, I'm gonna have to ask you guys one because I was always there every night, and then I was like, one day I'm gonna come in and ask them if it's okay, but I never caught you guys when it was open because you guys always close early. So maybe Sunday. Oh, Sundays you guys are closed. Oh, okay, okay, yeah. I was wondering about that. Yeah. Oh, just the fruit one. Yeah, I had to make sure I got it. Thank you. I'll be back for sure. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go out with it. You're familiar with a lot of oh, but not more. Oh, that's a good one. I think it's on Steam, but I also think it's my bad. Let me read that again. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that, man. Yeah. I'm gonna show you where I be sitting at, man. I be sitting right here, right here. I be sitting right here, bro, all the time. I've done so many lives where I just sat here, bro. Like I've literally had this backdrop and just this seat right here, and I was like, I did one maybe last month, right? I was like, I sit here so much that one day I'm gonna have to ask the people that work here, like, bro, is it okay? And like, I literally had to ask the lady right now, like, is that all right? So it's kind of a weird full circle moment, where like, yeah, she said it's okay. But that's good to know, man. That's good to know. My bad, my bad. You're familiar with a lot of RPG Maker games, but not Amori. Amori is really interesting because it's really sad, honestly. But yeah, there goes my backdrop. I have to get that back in there. There goes my backdrop. And then speaking of which, you're planning on playing Off at some point. I don't know if you ever heard of that game. I don't think I've heard of Off. Physical copy of oh my bad of the game. So you're just waiting on that. I played it during high school for a French class before it got an English patch. Red bricks. Yeah, yeah. So like a lot of my earlier ones, bro, when I would be going on live, because I'm like down the street, I would just sit right here, and then like, I would sit here when it would be raining, and then I would just walk to like the school and just sit under the dugout. So then I was like, bro, I got to make it a full circle moment. But every time I come by, they're closed. So I've come to find out they close at like 3. So that makes sense. I got a little fruit cheese Danish. So yeah, man. But it's kind of cool, man. It's really cool. Right. Yeah, they got like alligators, which is cool. Excuse me. But no, I never heard of Off. It's Off like an RPG. If you struggle with mental health, and this is not just for you, Cash, it's just for everyone else that's listening that shows up in the playback, etc. It's like, yeah, don't play a Mori. Mori is like, it might attack people's mental health and make them feel a certain way. So, good or bad, good or bad. So, yeah, it gets really like it's very plain and simple RPG, but it gets really deep at some point. I might wait to replay it. That way, I can record it. That's what I'm thinking, at least. I remember I played it for a while, then I took time off of it, played it again. Yeah, man, it was crazy. Very emotional game. But yeah, it's good right now. Oh man, so bro, let's go. It's hitting right now. You know what's crazy? I used to go all the way to Bellevue. Hold on, let me check something real quick. Oh no. All right. All good, all good, all good. We're here dropping the phone, man. Party foul. Used to go all the way to Bellevue, little therapy sessions and whatnot. And I would go there just to get an Americano. Grab an Americano, right? I get an Americano and the blueberry cream cheese muffin. I can just get this now, like down the street. So I'm gonna be here. And they got the Gators. I like that. Should have just been here sooner. Welcome to my cheese fruit Danish, you know, which is my fruit Danish. You call this bookball. Should have grabbed one earlier. Yeah, man. A lot of history here in the mirrors and the spots, man. You grab this before I go to the library. I forgot what I titled it too. Yeah, what I titled this already. Fatigue. I'm stronger with fatigue, man. I'll tell you one thing that's more important too. And if I do another one later today, I'm gonna label it this. Somewhere along these lines. Something along these lines, man. Let's see. Yeah, something along these lines. It's more like, the time I took to really just look forward and open myself up, bro. Opened me up to this as well, man. It's just the timing of everything. Everything's looking great. Everything's working out perfectly now. You know what I mean? And it's like oh, sorry. I know garbage. Oh, sorry. Trying to throw this away. But yeah, I'm like, I'm finding this, and I'm finding people, and then people found my live too. Thank you. People found my live, and then like, you know, got a chance to talk with these people. Just showed up as me. I don't know what the word is, man. Things are just on. They're working out, man. It's a divine time or something, man. Divine timing, man. I don't know what it is. It's divine timing. Lots of inspiration right now. You know, I got one thing pulling out one arm, while the other arm is reaching towards the future. You know what I'm saying? It got me thinking right now. If I'm constantly thinking about the debt that I'm accruing and the debt that I have, it's like I won't think about what's ahead of me. It's destined to be ahead of me. I gotta, I keep Gotta keep all that shit in mind. Gotta keep all that in mind, man. It's really scary stuff. Yeah, the center of power that be at Garfield, man. I'm gonna just be posted up over there all the time. Why not? You know what I'm saying? She brought some good energy. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. I've been avoiding it this whole time, trying to tap in with some other shit, some other energies and whatnot. But yeah, so a few things I kind of was avoiding that bakery for a long time, mainly because like I knew some friends around some like funky shit, people that gentrify an area and act like they're not doing nothing, people like that. So they would be over there, and like the funny thing about it was like I was like I'm trying to kind of avoid them to some degree, you know what I mean? But on the other hand, it feels like that spot is like having better energy because, like I said, I was there doing a live one time explaining the history of the bakery. You know, the bakery used to be run by this Jewish butcher. This is like in the '60s. Jewish butcher would always be racist to black kids and try to kick them out. Let's walk through it. Try to kick them out and just run them out of his shop. The Panthers got a hold of it, they got word of it, and they dealt with him. You know what I'm saying? Some community shit. They didn't whoop his ass or nothing. Maybe they did, who knows? They took care of that. You know what I mean? They took care of that. I wish I was doing Truancy hours sooner. I mean, I'm talking about video wise, you know? Back when I had shit figured out. But understanding the numbers game and understanding what just happened today and this week and this weekend, it's like I don't know, man. You probably heard the saying before, man. Just work smarter, not harder. You know, what I'm doing is important. I can better serve it if I do it with less fatigue, less force. I know I can do it. I've done it before. 6, 7 in a day, damn near. 6 in a day for sure. We'll just say 6. 6 lives in a day, but there's better ways to do this. And this, you know, the hard work prepped me for the smarter work. Like I understand now. Especially so, you know, look forward to tomorrow when I get that you know, when I get the ball rolling for that shit, the SoccerCon vlog, all that's gonna happen. It'll be well worth it, I promise y'all. Check me out on that. See how I'm doing with that, you know? Yeah, I'm really living, etc. Not gonna be forcing this, man. You gonna let content pile up and then hit y'all with the live when the time is right, man. I might even find a day. But I think it's okay to find that new work schedule now. Cash is getting a new job. I need to get me a new job too. Shit. It's about that time. So yeah, I'm gonna get that new job. You feel me? Get to where I need to go. Like I just understand the balance of it now is what I'm trying to say. But yeah. Like I get it. It's like I just get it now. It's the best time to pull back and be patient, but we'll see. I'll still be patient with myself too. Let these things play out. For as long as I don't have, you know what I'm saying? Don't got a job or don't got the income, I will take care of myself. Take care of these other things too going on. You know what I mean? Tap in with community. Staying active, staying present. That's the best thing, man. I'm starting to learn a bit. It's just like the goals that I had set in place a long time ago. What I believed and what I knew how things should be. I don't not believe they're not gonna happen. I just realized the intention behind it, the intention of getting there. Might have been wrong, but let me not say wrong. It just wasn't the time, you know. So the divine time of everything right now, like, I can't make it up, man. But it's the way everything's playing out. I'm starting to understand a little better, and it's easy for me to say it right now. It's really easy for me to say it right now because it's very peaceful. You know what I mean? It's springtime too. It's springtime and it's very peaceful. You know, the ethic you've seen me do normally happens when people's back is against the wall. People's backs feel against the wall, and it's like the fact that I can tap into it and go there to prevent getting my back put against the wall. Pause. That let me know. It don't matter what situation you're in, you're gonna put that work in. I had to remind myself who the fuck I was, low key. I had to remind myself who the fuck I was. That shit crazy. I had to remind myself. And it's a bigger trip that I just forgot this whole time, but here I am. But this is the value of me having my time to myself, man. Starting to remember a little bit who I am, personal values and whatnot. I'm saying personal practice is all that, you know, righteous practices, things like that, man. You know what I mean? That was so bright. Yeah. That's where I'm at now. I just need to be where I need to be here. Let me show you all this. Damn. Beautiful day. I'm like in the middle of the street. There goes Immaculate right there. The Immaculate Conception. That's where I grew up, man. Cherry Hill. Right around that side. From hill to hill. From hill to hill, bro. You feel me? That's how it is. From hill to hill. Man. You gotta keep the mind clear right now. Brain went straight to jokes and some bullshit, but I might have to tap into it. Yeah, man. This is the awakening here, man. It's the awakening. Next time you see me, it's gonna be the awakening. Next time you see me, it's gonna be the awakening. I was gonna say the growth, but that's a pause right there. I was gonna say it's the growth, bro, but that's a pause. Damn. Yeah, man. It's the awakening, man. I'm telling you. Be that. It's gonna be that type of time. And it's spring. You gotta think it's springtime too. And it's spring. So it's like perfect timing. Let me show you with this, man. The last time we were here, now it's finally in bloom. I guarantee you, give it a month, it's gonna be lush, it's green. You know what I'm saying? Light greens, kind of more like that tree over there. You're gonna see all the leaves, man. I ain't had this feeling in a long time. When I was a kid, it made sense, bro. It's like you got a lot to look forward to. You 14, 15, 16, you got a lot to look forward to. You got a lot to dream about. You just don't understand how to put things in action. But it all makes sense now, man. It all makes sense now. I'll say it makes a lot more sense. Triple, quadruple fold kind of shit, you know? Make a lot more sense now. Like, I don't know. I just needed to tap into certain places in energy. Maybe my friend's energy was just deposited near the coffee shop. Maybe they were just thinking, and they were loving and thinking of me in those moments, and just me being there and tapping in with the people might have opened something. Who the fuck knows? It's a spiritual question and conversation, but who knows? I'll take it for what it is. But I never take none of that shit for granted, man. I'll take it for what it is. I'll take another for granted, bro. I swear. That's where I'm at with this, man. This is the life we live right now. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm gonna close out with this until I walk up to the, because I'm pretty much gonna get on the block where the library's at, but I'm gonna keep saying it over and over just to refine it. And I might end it right here for a good while. For a good while. You know, yeah, man. It's like I was chasing the riches, man. You understand? I was chasing the riches, not, forgetting how rich of a life I already had, bro. You understand? I was chasing the bro, the physical, the monetary, the riches in that regard. I was chasing those riches, only to forget and neglect that I was like living this rich life this whole time. Everything around me, bro. The nature, the people at one point, the people at some point, the people at this point right now. Why not? You know what I mean? How can I overlook the love because I'm focusing and tying to the past? I'm worried about these riches that I think I'm supposed to get that'll show up if necessary. But it's just rich right here, man. This isn't even confidence. You understand that? This isn't even confidence. This isn't even blind, bully confidence to walk around like this and be confident outside. It's not even about that. It's just like it comes from the recklessness, and the recklessness has got me those riches, the richness of life. To just be out here and exist. It's a great place to live, regardless of the ignorance and the crazy shit going on. JD was good. JD, we talking about the richness of life. I was over here chasing richness, bro, like physical, monetary richness, man. The whole day's been beautiful, man. It's like it's the richness of life right now, bro. I got nature and abundance around me. It has nothing to do with money. It's just nature and just good living. You know what I'm saying? It's just happening right now. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, they might have put something in my coffee. I ain't gonna lie. I got a coffee. They might have put something in the drink. What if that's what it was? What if they spiked it, bro? They might have spiked me, dude. That's crazy. But no, I got the riches all here, man. Richness of life, man. Life is good. Life is golden right now. Can't even trip. Got good friends, good people around me. Listen, I'm about to walk up in here. I'm about to log off in a second. Here we go. Go ahead. I know I'm not sorry. Okay. Yeah. Turn that down. Sorry about that. Yeah, man. I'm gonna live there. I'm gonna log in. I'm gonna get all that situated. JD, peace, bro. Peace. The rest of y'all, man. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Peace. I'm out.